Did God use a crooked prophet to foretell blessings on Israel? Does God still use very imperfect preachers to tell the good news? Let's look at Numbers 24. Did Balaam finally decide to turn from divination? By now Balaam realized that the Lord was determined to bless Israel, so he didn't resort to divination as before. Instead, he turned and looked out toward the wilderness, where he saw the people of Israel camped, tribe by tribe. What was Balaam's third message to Balak, the king of Moab? And the Spirit of God came on him. He took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor says, the man whose eyes are open says, he says, who hears the words of God, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down and having his eyes open. How goodly are your tents, Jacob, and your dwellings, Israel. As valleys they spread out, as gardens by the riverside, as aloes which Yahweh has planted, as cedar trees beside the waters. Water shall flow from his buckets. His seed shall be in many waters. His king shall be higher than Agag. His kingdom shall be exalted. God brings him out of Egypt. He has, as it were, the strength of the wild ox. He shall consume the nations, his adversaries, shall break their bones in pieces, and pierce them with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, as a lioness. Who shall rouse him up? Everyone who blesses you is blessed. Everyone who curses you is cursed. What was the angry conversation between Balak and Balaam? Balak was angry with Balaam. He pounded his fists. Balak said to Balaam, I summoned you to curse my enemies, but now you've given a blessing these 3 times. Now get out of here and go home. I told you I'd greatly honor you, but the Lord has denied you any honor. Balaam said to Balak, didn't I tell your messengers, whom you sent to me, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I wouldn't be able to break the Lord's command for good or ill by my own will. I'll say whatever the Lord says. So now I'm going to my people. Let me advise you what this people will do to your people in the days to come. What was Balaam's 4th message to Balak, the king of Moab? Balaam said, I'm the son of Beor, and my words are true. So listen to my message. My knowledge comes from God Most High, the Lord All-Powerful. I bowed down to him and saw a vision of Israel. What I saw in my vision hasn't happened yet, but someday a king of Israel will appear like a star. He'll wipe out you Moabites and destroy those tribes who live in the desert. Israel will conquer Edom and capture the land of that enemy nation. What did God prophesy through Balaam about Amalek? Then he looked on Amalek and took up his discourse and said, Amalek was the first among the nations, but its end is utter destruction. What did God prophesy through Balaam about the Kenites? Then he saw the Kenites and proclaimed his poem. Your dwelling place is enduring. Your nest is set in the cliffs. Cain will be destroyed when Asher takes you captive. What did God prophesy through Balaam about Asher and Eber? Finally, he uttered this prophetic statement. Who can live unless God makes it happen? Ships under control of Kittim will devastate Asher and Eber until they're permanently destroyed. Then Balaam got up, returned to his country, and Balak went on his way. What was a related problem within the church? Does this serve as a warning to us? But I have a few things against you, because you have there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit fornication. was the Apostle Paul, well aware that even preachers could fall. Therefore I run in such a way as not without aim. I box in such a way as not beating the air, but I discipline my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified. Did God use a crooked prophet to foretell blessings on Israel? Does God still use very imperfect preachers to tell the good news? You decide.